And the last 7 minutes or the first 33 against Missouri?
Really none of it, to be honest with you. I mean, we played really, really hard, but you know, now you got to move on. I've been trying to get ready for the next. Really, you try to get ready for a couple games in advance. So.
The way your guys played that last 7 minutes, is that something they could sustain for 40? The way how hard they played?
It's the first time they've did it for 7, so I would, I would seriously doubt it. We made rotations. We made early rotations. We did all the things that you talk about all the time that we don't do, and JC and Dax obviously keyed the whole thing, but the other guys, I thought Wes was really good. I thought Wes was. I mean, he made some mistakes, but he ran people down after he made mistakes, which is kind of what we've done for a long time. It's hard when, you know, I keep watching football guys talk about getting guys in space. Well, we put guys in space all the time. I mean, we're so spread out that we've got to cover one-on-one, and we, you know, if we're going to go double team, then we've got to get to areas and rotate sooner, or you know, we're rotating and the ball gets there before we get there, and now we got another guy out of position. You know, so they're starting to. I think the good thing about that was they were starting to understand. Now, what the carryover is from that, I don't know.
Is this a gang rebounding team, or can you find another one, Wes or Lamont? Can they get to where you want them to be? Or?
Well, I think Wes has been our best rebounder.
Yeah.
Wes got 9 points and 10 rebounds the other day. I think Wes continues to get better and better as he understands more. He very well could be our best rebounder.
The other guys, can you get them where they're?
Well, the first thing we got to do is keep Sags on the floor. I think Sags can rebound it, but you can't rebound it from the bench. And he's just, you know, he's just learning the game, and he puts himself in bad positions. The whole thing is, John, it's all about doing your work before your guy gets the ball, not after your guy gets the ball. And Sags has a hard time understanding that at this point in time. I mean, he will, but it's not happening right now.
Ask Javon this, and does he have to be selfish? That's probably a bad word, but offensively, more so than he has in the past?
No, I think he's still got to take good shots, but I think he's got to work a little harder to get good shots. I don't know. So I've had guys scores that were a little selfish, and they're hard to play with, you know. So I don't want him to be selfish, but I want him to be aggressive. I think that's probably a better word.
Andy Kennedy told me once, he said when you had Logan, and that was predominantly his team scoring-wise because nobody else could score, but is this team maybe going to take on that with JC a little bit, the way you use Logan as a scorer that way?
I don't think JC can score the way Lowe could score.
Okay.
But that being said, Lowe couldn't do a lot of the other things that JC does. And we don't have a Jamal Davis. I mean, the key to our team, other than Logan, was Jamal Davis could really pass the ball.
Okay.
He was a 6'9" guy that we could throw the ball to, that made great decisions with the ball, and gave guys the ball in positions where they could make plays. And we don't have that. So, you know, JC's not Lowe, he's JC, you know, any more than Logan was Van Exel or Legree or whoever else you want to talk about. You got to do what you're good at doing. I tell them constantly, I mean, you ever see Dennis Rodman shoot a jump shot? The guy rebounded, played defense, and made millions and millions of dollars. What's wrong with that?
But he's one of those players that can get, JC is one of those players that can get offense off his defense, which helps him.
Oh, yeah. He generates a lot of offense off his defense. absolutely.
Is his hand-eye coordination? What makes him such a good defender? Why does he get the ball?
Well, he wants to. Is his biggest thing. I mean, he really wants to be a great defender. He's got great feet. He's really worked hard in the weight room. He's got really good strength, and he's got really good hands. So that combination, if you have the desire to guard, you're going to be able to guard.
Angles and spacing, is that part of it too? Does he understand?
He's learned that. Yeah, he's learned that. He's good at that.
Do you understand more about this team now after last week in Orlando? Are there things that you're figuring out?
Well, I figured out we haven't run any offense. I don't know. You know, it's a process when you have as many new guys as what we have. We were going to run something simple like screen to screener 3 times, and I told the guy 3 times, you're going to start in the high post, you're going to slide down to the mid post, guy's going to come off of you, and then he's going to stop, and then you come off of him. To me, that's pretty simple. He didn't do it any of the 3 times. We tried to run a clear out for Dax when Dax got it going, and I told our other guy, you go stand in the short corner, you know, on his left-hand side, because I want him to drive it right. And he ran over and stood on the block on the side we were supposed to clear out. You know, so I understand they don't know, if that makes any sense.
Is this one of those deals where you fix one thing and something else pops up that you have to fix? I mean, you were working on transition defense early.
Did you ever go to the fair? Did you ever go to the fair? Like, you know, where I grew up, there was a whole bunch of these little fair things around at all the different schools, you know, and they always had that thing with the squirrels with that big mallet.
Whack-a-mole.
Yeah, and they just keep popping up, and you keep knocking them down, and they pop up somewhere else. That's what I feel like.
So the answer is yes?
Yes. I just thought that was a little more entertaining than yes.
Yeah.
Tickets to win that thing.
Yeah, you did?
But what's popping up now that you're concerned about?
Everything.
Yeah.
We don't block out as consistently as we need to. We don't early rotate as consistently. You know, our preparation to guard a guy's not what it needs to be, and offensively we're not very good right now. We're not very good from an execution standpoint. I honestly don't think we have guys who can make shots. You know, Dax has been more consistent because he's consistently worked a lot harder at it. JC's pretty consistent. Lamont ought to be pretty consistent. Lamont took some bad shots because in 2010, I said for about a half of the year, do what you can do. Do what you can do to help our team. And when Devin Ebanks and Deshaun Butler and Kevin Jones, and you know, when I kept telling them, you know, you're not good at that, man, do this, and they started doing it, we became really good. And that's what somehow you got to get these guys to understand. You know, nobody wants to watch you fail. Nobody wanted to see Dennis Rodman shoot jump shots. You know, nobody wanted to see Moses Malone shoot jump shots, but they were pretty good. We just gotta, you know, Sags has got to do what Sags is good at doing. We got guys who try to dribble it and can't dribble. They shouldn't do that. Do what you can do, and then you do what you can do, you're a whole lot better. You're a lot more pleasing to the eye, plus we can win.